Dear aspirants, welcome to SS Academy. This video covers convection dimensionless number topic. Here I have selected very important MCQs from various competitive examinations like GATE, ESE, ISRO and SSC. I am going to give a very clear explanation for each and every questions, and also I have included short notes for all the questions. Let's start from the beginning. The first question is, the lowest value of Nusselt number will be option A less than 1, option B always greater than 1, option C maybe less than 1 or greater than 1, option D 1. The correct answer is option D 1. The lowest value of Nusselt number will be 1. Here the very important point related to Nusselt number is listed. So the Nusselt number equal to Q convection divided by Q conduction or R conduction divided by R convection. In formula you can write HL divided by K. Nusselt number is directly proportional to H and L and inversely proportional to K. Okay. So it is a measure of convection energy transfer occurring at the surface. This is very important point. It is a measure of convection energy transfer occurring at the surface, and it is a dimensionless temperature gradient for the fluid evaluated at the wall fluid interfaces. Okay. So the answer for this question you can easily define using this formula. That is, Nusselt number is equal to Q convection divided by Q conduction, and also with this. So actually the Nusselt number is a measure of convection energy transfer. Okay. So based on this statement, you can easily conclude that the Nusselt number is always greater than 1, or maybe it is equal to 1. It may not be less than 1. Next question is, Nusselt number is option A, a dimensionless convection coefficient, option B, the ratio of heat diffusion to mass diffusion, and option C, the dimensionless temperature gradient at the surface, option D, the ratio of heat conduction to heat convection. The answer is option C, the dimensionless temperature gradient at the surface. The Nusselt number is a dimensionless temperature gradient at the surface. We already discussed, so it is a dimensionless temperature gradient at the surface, and also it is a measure of convection energy transfer occurring at the surface. Next question is, in liquid metal heat transfer, Nusselt number is a function of option A, Prandtl number only, option B, Reynolds number only, option C, Peclet number only, option D, Peclet and Reynolds number. The correct answer is option C, Peclet number only. In liquid metal heat transfer, Nusselt number is a function of Peclet number only. Okay, so first we have to conclude that is the liquid metal heat transfer. It is a forced convective heat transfer. Okay, so for forced convective heat transfer, the Nusselt number is a function of what are the parameters that is listed here. So free convection, the Nusselt number is a function of Grashof number and Prandtl number. For forced convection, Nusselt number is a function of Reynolds number and Prandtl number. For combined convection, Nusselt number is a function of Reynolds number, Grashof number and Prandtl number. Okay, so this is a mixed convection. Okay, so that is a combination of forced and free convection. And some important point related to boundary layer is, for thermal boundary layer, we can define the Nusselt number. Similarly, okay, so the same role for velocity boundary layer, the friction coefficient is playing the same role related to Nusselt number. Okay, and the comparison of Biot number and Nusselt number, because if you see the formula for Biot number and Nusselt number is same, but what is the exact differences? It is used for conduction analysis. The Nusselt number is used for convection analysis. Okay, so Biot number equal to HL by K, but here K value is for solid, but here in Nusselt number K value is for fluid. Okay, and the important point is what the lowest possible value of the Nusselt number also is equal to 1. Okay, so for liquid metal heat transfer, it is a forced convection. So the Nusselt number is a function of Reynolds number and Prandtl number. Okay, and very important point is why they have defined as Peclet number. So Peclet number is a product of Reynolds number and Prandtl number. So that's why the option C is correct here. And the next question is, heat is lost from a 100 mm diameter steam pipe placed horizontally in ambient air at 30 degrees Celsius. If Nusselt number is 25 and the thermal conductivity of the air is 0.03 watt per meter Kelvin, then the heat transfer coefficient will be. Okay, so option A is 7.5, option B is 15 watt per meter square Kelvin, option C is 25 and option D is 35. The answer is option A, 7.5 watt per meter square Kelvin. Okay, so this problem is related to Nusselt number. Okay, so the Nusselt number formula you already know, H LC by K. Okay, so here LC is equal to the diameter. So the diameter given is 100 mm. So that is in terms of meter is 0.1 and Nusselt number is 25. So we have to keep 25 here and H into 0.1 divided by thermal conductivity value is 0.03. So if you rearrange it, you will get H equal to 7.5 watt per meter square Kelvin. So that is the answer for this question. Next question is Prandtl number is connecting link between option A velocity field and temperature field, option B gravity field and temperature field, option C velocity field and gravity field, option D none of the above. The correct answer is option A velocity field and temperature field. Prandtl number is connecting link between velocity field and temperature field. The very important points related to Prandtl number. Okay, all the points I have listed. So you can write the Prandtl number is the ratio of molecular diffusivity of momentum divided by molecular diffusivity of heat, that is nu divided by alpha. In terms of formula you can write mu Cp divided by K, and in terms of boundary layer thickness you can write del divided by delta T whole cube. For mass transfer Prandtl number you can define nu divided by D divided by alpha divided by D. Okay, so that is Schmidt number divided by Lewis number. And in terms of definition wise, it is a measure of relative effectiveness of momentum and energy diffusion in the velocity and thermal boundary layer respectively, and it is a dimensionless quantity that connects velocity and temperature field. Okay, so and it relates thermal boundary layer and hydrodynamic boundary layer. So for this question, it is a very direct question. Okay, so the Prandtl number is connecting link between what? Momentum and the heat. Okay, so that's why it relates the velocity field and temperature field. So that's why the option A is correct. Next question is Prandtl number for air is about option A 0.1, option B 0.7, option C 1.7, option D 1. The correct answer is option B 0.7. The Prandtl number for air is about option B 0.7. Here the Prandtl number order is given. Okay, so oil having higher Prandtl number value, then light organic liquids, then liquids, then gases, then liquid metals. Okay, so oil having high Prandtl number and liquid metals having low Prandtl number value. Okay, so for gases, Prandtl number is approximately equal to 1. For air, the Prandtl number is 0.7. And for liquid metals, okay, so the liquid metals having high K value, thermal conductivity value. So that's why it is having less PR value. So the PR order is in between 0.003 to 0.01, and for liquids Prandtl number is greater than 1. And some very important pointers, no common fluid have Prandtl number in the order of 0.1. Okay, so for this question the Prandtl number value for air is what? 0.7. If they are asking for gases, it is approximately equal to 1. The next question is the thermal boundary layer thickness is thicker than the momentum boundary layer thickness when Prandtl number is option A 0, option B less than 1, option C equal to 1, option D greater than 1. The correct answer is option B less than 1. The thermal boundary layer thickness is thicker than the momentum boundary layer thickness when Prandtl number is less than 1. Okay, so the Prandtl number value is less than 1. It means what? Thermal boundary layer thickness is larger than the hydrodynamic boundary layer. If Prandtl number is equal to 1, it means what? Thermal boundary layer and momentum boundary layer is same. And the Prandtl number is greater than 1 means it means momentum thickness is greater than the thermal boundary layer thickness. Okay, so for the given question, thermal boundary layer thickness is very high. Okay, it means it is falling under the condition 1. So that's why the Prandtl number is less than 1. Next question is which non-dimensionless number relates the thermal boundary layer and hydrodynamic boundary layer. Okay, so option A is Biot number, option B is Eckert number, option C is Grashof number, option D is Prandtl number. The correct answer is option D, Prandtl number. We have the direct relationship, we already know that. Okay, so that is Prandtl number equal to del divided by delta T whole cube. Some additional point is given. here, that is hydrodynamic and thermal boundary layer thickness for different Prandtl number is plotted here. Okay, if you see for gases, the Prandtl number is approximately equal to 1. So that's why the thermal boundary layer and the hydrodynamic boundary layer is same. Okay, so this is for oil and this is for liquids. So it indicates what? Thermal boundary layer for liquid metals and thermal boundary layer for oils. And the next question is, for a flow over a flat plate, the hydrodynamic boundary layer thickness is 0.5 mm. The dynamic viscosity is 25 into 10 to the power minus 6 Pascal second. Specific heat is 2 kg per kilojoule per kg Kelvin and thermal conductivity is 0.05 watt per meter Kelvin. The thermal boundary layer thickness would be option A 0.1, option B 0.5, option C 1, option D 2. The correct answer is option B 0.5. Okay, so this problem is related to Prandtl number, right? So the Prandtl number is equal to mu Cp divided by K, and you can relate it with thickness also, del divided by delta T whole cube. Okay, if you calculate the Prandtl number, so mu given, Cp given and K also given. If you calculate it, you will get 1. If the Prandtl number is equal to 1, it means what? Hydrodynamic boundary layer is equal to the thermal boundary layer. So that's why the given hydrodynamic boundary layer thickness is 0.5. So the thermal boundary layer thickness also same. That's why the answer B is correct. Next question is, standard number is option A, a dimensionless convection coefficient. Option B, the ratio of heat diffusion to mass diffusion. Option C, the dimensionless temperature gradient at surface. Option D, the ratio of heat conduction to heat convection. The correct answer is option A, the dimensionless convection coefficient. A standard number is a dimensionless convection coefficient. The standard number notes is given. Standard number you can write Nusselt number divided by Reynolds number into Prandtl number, or you can write Nusselt number divided by Peclet number. In terms of formula, you can write H divided by rho V Cp. In terms of definition, you can call it as it is a ratio of actual heat flux to the fluid divided by heat flux capacity of the fluid flow. Okay, generally you can define it is a modified Nusselt also, used in forced convective heat transfer. That is very important. Okay, so standard number is used in forced convection heat transfer. It is a dimensionless convection coefficient. It is a ratio of heat transfer coefficient to the flow of heat per unit temperature rise due to fluid velocity. So these are all very important points related to standard number. Next question is problem. Okay, so it is mostly asked in many examinations. Very simple problem. If the Nusselt number is 400 and Reynolds number and Prandtl number are 40 and 20 respectively, then standard number will be option A 800, option B 200, option C 2, option D 0.5. The answer is option D 0.5. Okay, so the standard number you can write Nusselt number divided by Reynolds number into Prandtl number. So the Nusselt number is 400 divided by 40 into 20, you will get 0.5. That is the answer, option D 0.5. Next question is, the characteristics length for computing Grashof number in case of a horizontal cylinder is option A, length of the cylinder, option B, diameter of the cylinder, option C, perimeter of the cylinder, option D, radius of the cylinder. The correct answer is option B, the diameter of the cylinder. The characteristics length for computing Grashof number in case of horizontal cylinder is the diameter of the cylinder. Okay. So first we will discuss about the Reynolds number and the Grashof number, and we will discuss about the answer for this question. So Reynolds number is a ratio of inertia force to the viscous force. You can write rho VL divided by mu. It is used in forced convection heat transfer, right? And the Grashof number you can write inertia force into buoyancy force divided by viscous force whole square. So the formula is G beta delta T LC cube divided by nu square. Okay, so it is mostly used in free convection heat transfer. Okay. Here LC is a characteristics length. For horizontal cylinder, the characteristics length is a diameter. For vertical cylinder, the characteristics length is the length of the cylinder. Okay. So in the question they have asked for horizontal cylinder. So for horizontal cylinder, it is diameter. So that's why the option B is correct, the diameter of the cylinder. Next question is, Graetz number is defined as Reynolds number into Prandtl number into D by L. Option B is Reynolds number into Prandtl number. Option C is Reynolds number into Prandtl number into L by D. And option D is Grashof number into Prandtl number. The correct answer is option A, Reynolds number into Prandtl number into D by L. Okay. So first, what is Grace number? Where we are applying this concept is for mixed convection. Okay, for mixed convection, it means both free and forced convection in a horizontal tube of diameter capital D and length L. The Grace number is defined as G is equal to Reynolds number into Prandtl number into D by L. Okay, so the Grace number we are applying in mixed convection heat transfer in a horizontal tube, right? Next question is, combined natural and forced convection analysis is done only when 0.1, that is the ratio of Grashof number to the square of Reynolds number. Which one is correct? They have asked. Okay, so we have the answer for this question is 0.1 to 10. The ratio of Grashof number to the square of Reynolds number is in between 0.1 to 10. Actually, you have some relationship. Okay, so for forced convection regime, we have Grashof number divided by Reynolds number square. It should be lesser than 0.1. For free convection regime, the Grashof number divided by Reynolds number square is greater than 10. For mixed convection regime, that is free and forced combination convection regime is 0.1 Grashof number and approximately 10. Okay, so it is in between 0.1 and 10. So this is a mixed convection regime. Okay, so in the question they have asked what is the regime for combined natural and forced convection analysis is done only when the ratio of GR to the square of Reynolds number is in between 0.1 to 10. Okay, so that's why the option A is correct. Next question is, the ratio of kinetic energy of flow relative to boundary layer enthalpy difference is called option A Biot number, option B Eckert number, option C Grashof number, and option D Stanton number. Okay, so the answer is option B Eckert number. The ratio of kinetic energy of the flow relative to the boundary layer enthalpy difference is called Eckert number. And I have listed some missing numbers also. Okay, because we have not discussed Peclet number, so I have included. So the Peclet number is used in forced convection for small Prandtl number values. Okay, and you can write the Peclet number in terms of bulk heat transfer to the conduction heat transfer, and the formula is Reynolds number into Prandtl number or LU divided by alpha. So this is a relationship for Peclet number. And Rayleigh number. Okay, so Rayleigh number is used in free convection, right? So that also we have not discussed, so that's why I have included. So Rayleigh number is ratio of, you can write force due to buoyancy and inertia to the force due to viscosity and thermal diffusion. Okay, so the Rayleigh number is a product of Grashof number and Prandtl number. It is applied in free convection heat transfer. And the Eckert number, so actually this question, okay, so you can write it is a ratio of kinetic energy of flow related to the boundary layer enthalpy difference, or you can write kinetic energy to the thermal energy also. Okay, so some numbers related to mass transfer also we have missed, so I have included that also here. So Sherwood number, similar to the Biot number and Nusselt number, for mass transfer we are applying one number called Sherwood number, that is HM L divided by diffusion coefficient. And Sherwood number is a function of skimmed number and Reynolds number. So skimmed number is a ratio of kinematic viscosity to the diffusion coefficient of fluid. Okay, dear aspirants, I hope you have learned many new points from this video. All the best. Plan well, prepare well, and perform well in the examination. Okay, so we have the Telegram channel, and also you can contact through us mail. Thank you.